Okay, hello, dear participants, dear colleagues. We go on, we proceed. So it's our today's part number what? Number 4, number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, number 5. Okay, and the first report in this part is trends in digital marketing research, bibliometric analysis. So do we have the participants here in the group? Okay. So once again, trends in digital marketing research, bibliometric analysis. And whilst the participants are probably getting ready or maybe trying to communicate just to join us, I remind you that our presentations are available at the site of the conference, and the reports are available at our YouTube channel. And if you have any questions to the reports, maybe to some previous reports, I don't know, you may ask them, you may write them to our chat, and we'll have some discussion maybe later at the end of this part or at the end of this session. So, anyone from the first group? Right, probably no one. Maybe the reporters are facing some technical troubles, and we also had such a question in our first part of today's session. Then let's go on, let's proceed. And our second report is strategic planning of foreign economic activity, applied intelligent systems in public-private partnership. So let's start with the second report.
But you see, the group of the second report is very similar on the first. Yeah.
Yes, but maybe I was hoping that maybe someone. No one.
And
okay.
Last in this session,
Okay.
Nestor Špak. The second Nestor Špaka, and the last in this session, Nestor Špak, the first name.
Yes, so there is something. Okay, then we'll proceed to the third one. Okay, great. Now, multi-agent approach for the unification of meteorological data. So then we'll check our proceedings for this part. Then we'll start about meteorology.
Okay, I'm ready.
So,
give me a moment, I'll share my screen.
I have read the title of your report, and I also I have already got questions.
Okay, so but please later.
Yes, of course.
Give me a moment. First of all, I present it. Yeah.
Do start the presentation, please. Share your screen, and we'll
sharing.
Listen to
please
you.
let me know if you can see it. Can you see my screen?
Yes. Oh.
So let's start. By the way. Hi everyone. My name is Yaroslav Kravets, and I would like to consider today's topic about multi-agent approach for meteorological data. My colleagues and I are going to share with you some of the important ideas that we have discovered in this area. One of the most important domains which uses weather forecast data is the green energy sphere, but the weather forecast quality is critical for aviation, military, tourism industry, healthcare, agriculture, and other domains. To achieve the goal, it's necessary to solve the following task: making analytical review of existing researches in weather forecast sphere, conduct a domain analysis, and identify and separate stages of data processing, developing technology for solving the given tasks, proposing the intelligent information system architecture, conducting an experiment using the developed system, and evaluating the quality of the proposed solution. The conducted analysis review of available scientific work of the subject area allows making the conclusion that practically all works have limitation regarding the amount of analyzing weather parameters. Many researches were conducted only for several segments. To eliminate this shortcoming, it's proposed to create and use the intelligent information system, which hasn't such limitations and supports all the weather parameters provided by weather forecast sites. To resolve the considered task, the following technology is proposed. It's presented in the form of a BPMN diagram. It consists of three main stages. The first stage is related to data preparation and from set of websites. The second stage is the analysis of received unified data. And the last stage is the formation of set of recommendations for managerial decisions. Our work covers the first stage. It starts from the work of an expert who analyzes business processes in certain domains and form a list of input parameters for intelligent information system. Intelligent information system receive archived data from a selected set of weather forecast websites. This raw data has a different structure and forecasting period. So the main goal of this stage is to solve the problem of data unification. The second stage is the analysis of the received data to identify the most adequate and truthful source of the weather forecast. In this, it includes the selection of mathematical model, which will allow solving the problem of choosing a certain website and the process of checking the adequacy of the proposed model. The last stage of technology is the creation of recommendation about the usage of websites. The set of selected websites can also be ranked for confidence on scale from a threshold to maximum. Such distribution will allow experts to change their recommendation more efficiently. There are such steps to unify weather forecast data. First of all, it's cleaning. It's finding, removing, and correcting irrelevant data. Integration. It's combining and transforming data from various sources. Screening. It's sifting, selecting, and reducing the content of data. Identification. It's renaming or transforming data into one format. The multi-agent system has been proposed as an intelligent information system that would allow automating the analysis and comparison of weather forecasts from different providers. The multi-agent system consists of a set of components or agents that cooperate with each other. So the following architecture of crawler subsystem is proposed. Crawler agent is looking for new weather forecast sites on the internet. There are many agents which provide information for data fetching for different sites, one agent per site. All the agents pass downloaded page information to the download agent, which is responsible for downloading raw data from the internet and passing it to the data warehouse. It's here. On this slide, you can see algorithm used in the downloaded agent. It has max retry and set of URLs as parameters, and it tries to download such URLs. And also it supports login. So on the right top corner, you can see an example of log file. The crawler agent has found the appropriate set of weather presented in this table. The list of supported weather forecast sites is presented on the left column. As we can see, each weather provider contains different time interval for weather forecast, so it's impossible to use non-unified data for one selected mathematical model. The stored information has to be prepared using the unified subsystem, which you can see on this slide. The architecture of the subsystem consists of a set of agents working for a common goal as well. The dispatcher agent takes the downloaded file and passes them to the unifier agents. Each agent unifier is designed for the only specific file type, depending on site for which it was developed. It reads the parameters one by one from the file. If the reading is impossible at any steps, for example, the HTML element doesn't exist, then the file process will be terminated and collector agent will get a message that the file has not been processed. The collector agent receives the result of the work or all the unifier agents. And there are two erroneous situations when the file is considered as problematic and should be placed in special storage. First case is if all agents finish their work with errors. In this case, a new unifier agent should be added. And second case is if several unifier agents return unifier results but not an error. The correct situation is when one and the only one unifier is appropriate for particular file. On this slide, you can see fields of unified data. The most important fields are place and forecast generation date time. It's a set of fields for weather records list item. As you can see, it contains all the weather parameters and date time interval. Our system can save data in CSV and JSON text format. This is a snippet of unified meteorological data, which is saved in JSON text format. For checking the article achievement, it's necessary to evaluate the quality of input information connected with weather forecast with applying the multi-agent system and without. We have chosen the following characteristics that can be used for evaluating the quality of information. Each factor should be evaluated by 10-point scale, where 1 is the minimal value for metrics and 10 is the maximum accordingly. To obtain the numerical values of the criteria, the experts have evaluated the complexity of solving the given task manually and using multi-agent system according to the proposed scale. In this study, a weighted average quality metric is proposed as a convolution criterion. The results allow us to notice that using this approach shows 20% better result than without. What confirms that the research hypothesis stated earlier. So in this study, all the tasks were solved and the goal was achieved. Thank you for your attention.
Okay, thank you very much. So does anyone except me have any questions?
You're welcome.
Yes, of course. I'd
Olga,
like to
hello.
know what kind of agents you use in your work.
Okay, we have, as you can see on those slides, we have many agents. And for example, we have crawler, which uses search system, which is searching new websites, this one. And also we have such agents that are getting data for various websites. For example, Meteo UI has one agent, Meteo Post another one, etc., depending on the site which was found by crawler. Our crawler is finding such new sites,
yeah.
and then we.
I see. I'm sorry. Actually, I'm wondering whether it is intelligence agent or just.
So some of them they are intelligence, such as crawler. It's really a crawler. It's like a spider, web spider, which is looking through the internet.
And what model do you use to make your crawler to be intelligent?
Sorry for interruption. Bag of words is used to detect that it's a weather website. Personally for crawler agent, and for other also such approach.
Do you use some knowledge base or something like this, or maybe rule based. Could you please explain in more details? It's really
Okay, some of them use, for example, for parsing data. What the problem is that when we have data collected for many years, it's like for 10, in our case, it's more than 10 years. These sites are changing by the time. So, for example, MetUI has changed more than 10 times for this period. So it's impossible to write one piece of code that would allow us to unify this data from it. So we should use some approaches that would allow us to unify such more flexibly this. So yeah, we get some statistic and learned our agents. First, as a development stage, we are learning them. Yeah. Okay. To get some data, and if we see that for example, we added new place and this place is not supported, it's been added to special storage, and then it's like it's not it's not absolutely automatically, but from those storage we can set that this place should be transformed to such ID that means that this is new one.
Okay, okay. Have you implemented this idea?
Sorry?
Have you implemented?
Yeah, it's implemented. It's already implemented, and for example, now this crawler is running exactly, and it's downloaded data, and another one is processing it. Processing is much slower, to be honest, than downloading, because because there are many options how to do that. So,
how many agents do you have in your system?
More than 10. For now, it's 100% that more than 10. Oh, not more than 20. Yeah, more than 20. Okay. But it's not finished yet. It's just in progress, because it's part of my diploma work, and I'm going to finish it.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your question.
Okay, so thank you. Any other questions? Anything else? Yaroslav, could you oh, Oksana, yes, you're welcome. Then
such a question: is this system in the prospect will be possible to predict some natural disasters like hurricanes, or maybe in the further prospect, землетрясение in English?
Earthquake.
Yeah, earthquake or something like this.
Okay, for now, not yet, because it's just part of system that is planned. We just unify data, because we have many different sources, and all of them designed for people. And this work was aimed to finish. We aimed with our team aimed it to unify data, and but afterwards, I'm afraid for earthquake it won't be possible, as it's not concentrated to this. We take more weather size parameters, such as humidity, temperature, precipitation, etc. And there is not such parameters as earthquake. So it will be possible to learn some machine learning model, such as network or support vector model or something else, but we don't have such data. It's more for data collected for weather websites.
Thank you.
Okay, yes, the earthquake prediction is something, maybe it's a different sphere.
It's so sorry, it's almost impossible. I read even big specialists say that it's almost impossible for now. It's like hard to predict.
Okay, let's hope for the best. Right, any more questions? Any other questions? Okay, then I will ask mine. So, Yaroslav, the question, I do understand that at this stage, you're mainly gathering some statistical information, data, statistical data probably. But my question is the following. Do you take into account the location of the weather data you are using? Because what am I aiming at? Because, for example, the sunny day in some continental part of Europe is that's going to cause one weather parameters. And the same sunny day at some islands to the north, or some semi-island or somewhere close to the sea, to the ocean, it is going to be a completely different sunny day with completely different parameters, probably. Are you taking this location?
Yeah, of course. As you
okay.
can see here we have place, and of course we pay attention to the on it. And furthermore, I take the lowest place of Ukraine is Ugolnikova, as I remember. The highest is mountain Hoverla, the 1000 and the north, the most north, etc. Places to cover all the territory to normalize amount. It's like. More than 10 points, I don't remember, 15 or 18, I don't remember exactly, points, just Ukraine. Yeah, it's possible to use other, but I started from Ukraine, so...
Yeah, it's more homogeneous, so to say.
Yeah, to be honest, it needs much space on my HDD. For example, it's about around 1 gigabyte per a day, so I must to limit amount of these places. Yes, it would be possible to download any city of Ukraine or any city of Europe, but I don't have limitation of space, for example.
Okay, thank you very much. Maybe someday we'll see the system which will predict 100% correct weather. All right.
We'll try. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you. And we go on, and as far as I see, we see representatives of our first report. Probably, maybe we have the representatives for the report Trends in Digital Marketing Research, Bibliometrical Analysis.
Yeah.
Oh, Nataliia, you are welcome. Are you going also to present the Strategic Planning of Foreign Economic Activity report?
No.
No. Okay. So, yes, let's start. Trends in Digital Marketing Research, Bibliometric Analysis.
I hope, hello everybody, I hope that my screen is already visible and my presentation, right?
Yes, your screen is visible, but your presentation a bit to the side. As I see it on my screen, it is switched to the right part. So maybe you should open it for the whole screen. Something is blocking the part of presentation.
Okay. One more try.
Okay.
Oops, you are sharing the screen. I'm not sure how can I improve it.
Okay, let's go on. Maybe it will lead.
Maybe start to show presentations.
Okay, so our topic is Trends in Digital Marketing Research, Bibliometric Analysis. So digital marketing is extremely important in today's world for several reasons. It's quite effective in comparison with traditional marketing, of course. It's obvious now. It allows to respond quickly to changes and provide up-to-date information about products and services. Through the internet and social media, digital marketing allows businesses to reach a wider audience and increase sales. It allows for a detailed analysis of the effectiveness of advertising campaigns. It allows businesses to interact with their audience in real time and through various communication channels. Thus, the purpose of our research was to outline trends and priority directions of studying digital marketing. And the precise task of the research were to identify trends in publication of articles on the topic and determine the structure of the number of indexed publications in Scopus devoted to digital marketing, and identify the most cited publications and as well magazines publishing articles on the topic, as well to identify the authors with the highest publication activity in this field and analyze their collaboration between them. Also to identify the main thematic directions and cluster scientific publications according to the main areas of research. On this slide, you can see the dynamics of the number of publications indexed in Scopus that contain the term digital marketing and internet marketing. Digital marketing is shown by this blue line, and internet marketing instead in the red one. And you can see clearly that digital marketing is getting more and more popularity, especially starting from 2015. The next slide represents a comparison of the dynamics of digital marketing and internet marketing searches based on Google Trends. The blue one, again, is digital marketing. The red one is internet marketing. The difference is huge. The next slide represents industry structure of the number of publications indexed in Scopus, which contain the term digital marketing. And you can see that the main part is business and management publications, then computer science, social sciences, and engineering. As well, we analyzed a contribution of individual scientists, researchers in the field of digital marketing. And you can see names, countries of origin, and numbers of citations, also years of publication. The next slide represents the top 10 authors. Their number of published works and index in Scopus database. We can see that Greece, Spain, United Kingdom, Portugal are represented very well. So, our research methodology was as follows. First of all, search and data collection. So our database was actually Scopus publications, all types of publications, and the period was taken more than 20 years. Search concept was, of course, based on digital marketing. Then the data was processed and visualized, and trend cluster analysis were done. As a result, trends were presented, analysis of interaction between authors, of temporal development in the field. Thus, on this 10th slide, you can see the network map of keyword connectivity. As it can be seen, digital marketing is a core concept, and all other keywords that are connected with it are also presented here. And please pay attention to the colors, as on the next slide we will be able to see explanation. So, different clusters were found out, The red one, the most used term, is digital marketing. Then green is commerce, dark blue, digital technologies, yellow, social media. I will come back once more so you could understand it better. We can see connections between all those terms, between all those clusters. On the next slide, top 10 countries are presented by the number of publications indexed in Scopus. Of course, publications containing the term digital marketing. India is leading on the first place, then United States, United Kingdom, and so on. So individual authors that we've seen on previous slides probably do not present this picture well. But here we can see the general results. Visualization of the network map of authors' collaboration by country. As was just mentioned, India is leading, United States, United Kingdom. Here we can see also Ukraine. Not among top 10 countries, but still important. The next slide represents visualization of the network map of the chronological dimension of research. And the legend here explains that the lighter the color, the more recent is the research. So with this spots, light yellow spots, we can see the hottest topics like artificial intelligence, COVID-19, machine learning, and so on. Conclusions. So publications on the topic on digital marketing in 2000-2023, indexed in the Scopus, were analyzed. And we found out that publishing activity is gaining more and more popularity, especially after 2012. Then 3 stages of scientific interest in digital marketing research were distinguished. The first one, it was just the emergence of theoretical and practical interest in the field. The second stage, a stage of moderate growth. The third stage, the stage of active development of scientific research. Analysis of the industry structure of the number of publications indexed in Scopus containing the term digital marketing showed a significant diversification of research. Visualization of the network map of common words based on bibliographic data enabled us to single out 8 clusters characterizing the main direction of research in the field of digital marketing. As well, collaboration network between authors were analyzed based on their country of origin. And it was shown that India, United States, Great Britain, and Indonesia are leading in this sphere. And results of the bibliometric analysis of a chronological scale demonstrated that the intensive development of scientific research on the topic in the world took place in recent 5 or 6 years. Thank you for your attention. Any questions?
Thank you, Nataliia. So any questions so far?
Yeah,
Anyone?
thank you very much for your presentation. And I'd like to ask you about the results of clustering. As I catch, it was like a group for example, artificial intelligence, machine learning, and so on, has the same numbers like digitalization. It was the table in your slides.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, here.
Yeah, it's
The first and the second cluster, I think the same for numbers of keywords. And could you please comment, what do you think, why it is so popular, digital transformation, COVID tourism, and the same number for artificial intelligence, big data, and so on?
Mhm. So we can see that digital marketing has the biggest number.
Yeah.
Artificial intelligence, here you can see, it's not
Green.
much. As far as I understand, people are looking for hot topics so far. Even our students, they are not anymore interested in what was popular 10 years ago, 15 years ago. And artificial intelligence are so widely spoken nowadays. And you probably agree with me that it's our future. And it's this trend is so, yeah, it's promising, it's risky, it's not known, it's not developed. Yet all the rest terms are already at least analyzed, at least estimated. But what were the rest terms that you mentioned, Olga?
I'm wondering about this interesting result that you have, like digital marketing research, and at the same time so popular words, keywords like artificial intelligence, big data, that related to the topic you research. And could you please show this table once more? Thank you. For example, the most used term digital marketing and digital transformation, like related to keywords, I understand, but commerce and at the same time artificial intelligence. It is interesting for me why, what reason to use, why authors use these keywords in their research.
I agree completely with you. This terminology, these terms go together very well for me. And my forecasts are that in the future, artificial intelligence will be researched more and more. Digital marketing is somewhat outdated already. It's my just opinion.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Right, thank you. Any other questions? Well, Nataliia, I have a question for you. So this list of related keywords, what was the, no, just let's come back to the table. It was really fine. So what was the basis for forming this list? And what was the basis of attaching these related keywords to the topic of conventional, or to the conventional name of the direction of scientific research?
So it was already mentioned that we used this almost longer than 20 years period, and we research publications, all publications in Scopus that had these terms, this terminology. And after this, it was possible for us to find clusters, to find connections. To tell the truth about the math part, I won't explain a lot.
No, I'm not speaking about the math part. I'm speaking about the linguistic part rather, because my question is caused by such an example. For example, you say online marketing and address this term to the group called search engine marketing.
Mhm.
And at the same time, we have websites, for example, which are related to information and computer technologies in marketing. And then we have business transformations containing some really wide notions, if we can say, because digital transformation
Mhm.
Seems to have relation to almost all these topics. It is a really widely used term, and we should understand what was it used for by the authors, as well as, for example, tourism. Well, why tourism? Why not, for example, I don't know, toys selling or something? So these more linguistic basis, or is it just statistics? Then what was the basis of defining these keywords? Or were they used in the articles as the related keywords?
Yeah, we use statistics, but what was the reason for authors to use them that many times? It probably my personal opinion, but it depends as well on the specific scientific fashion. What is hot at the moment? For example, you mentioned tourism. We can imagine that during COVID, this branch, this industry was almost ruined. So nowadays it's extremely hot. Why not to discover it? Then probably more readers will be interested. So it's not easy to explain the statistic just from the math point of view or point of view from data analysis, but also from marketing point of view. What's fashionable, what's popular, what's pronounced, what's discussed.
Okay, well, right, thank you very much. Thank you for
Thank
your
you.
answer. Okay, right, fashionable, that's great. Now, do we have any representatives for the second report, strategic planning of foreign economic activity, applied intelligence systems in public-private partnership? No, no one. Well, we'll wait. Maybe someone will come, or maybe they're experiencing some technical troubles. Now, let's go on. We have our next report, comparative analysis of smart city platforms. Oh, great. Thank you. And we can see the presentation starting.
Dear ladies and gentlemen, in my presentation, I would like to report on comparative analysis of smart city platforms. The materials given in this paper were developed by the authors according to the results of investigations carried out during 1 year in the virtual scientific research laboratory, the Smart City of Ternopil, at Ternopil Ivan Kuliu National Technical University. The concept of transforming cities into smart ones is gaining intensive development in the world and Ukraine. In order to achieve the status of smart city, it should meet the criteria regulated by international standards. The cities of Ukraine consider this problem to be somewhat simplified and consider the city to be smart if it meets at least the following conditions: achievement of sustainable development in economic, social, and environmental spheres, economical use of natural resources, citizens' participation in city management, city infrastructure uses information technologies for the improvement of the residents' living conditions. In order to achieve the development and status of the smart city, various information technology platforms are being developed. The requirements for them are formulated by municipality. The objective of the paper is to carry out comparative analysis of the existing platforms of smart cities, their main functionality, areas of application, which will become the basis for the development of requirements for information technology platform for Ukrainian smart cities. Michael Mathot, Rania Elgazar believe that smart decision-making is based on the aggregate of data, considering several applications areas of smart cities. Information systems plays an important role in the development of smart cities. The authors note that the data can be combined with historical data or other open data from various sources, being the basis for decision-making. Simon Joss argues that the conceptual presentation of the smart city is based on the application of digital technological systems for urban infrastructure and management processes, implies the return to more modernistic, rational tradition of planning, focused on digital technology as standardization of the decision-making processes, suggests to turn back from urban spontaneity, focusing on economic growth due to digital technological innovation. The next slide shows the main characteristics of smart city platforms. In terms of platforms, smart cities have a number of important components, such as connection to IoT, various sensors communication devices, big data analysis, clouds and security, as well as blockchain and artificial intelligence. Areas of application should include transport, power engineering, environment, city administration, and security. Smart city platforms should satisfy all paradigms, such as shared economy, public partnership, business model, and data management. 3 smart city platforms were considered to further comparisons. The next slide shows the main characteristics of smart city platform 1M2M. 1M2M platform created in July 2012 in order to develop IoT service platform standard and has become the international standard service platform established by 226 companies, including mobile operators and decision-making companies. The main service areas are smart homes, smart cars, smart networks, and healthcare. Common platforms provide standardized service APIs that connect different heterogeneous IoT devices. 1M provides the structure of resources for sensors to obtain their information, supplies semantic information about the content of the resource and functionalities that use it. Functionality provided or extended due to semantics includes queries, openings based on semantic descriptions, analytics support, support for creating associations, for example, activation of IoT scenarios. Software with information use is able to specify what information is required and to receive notifications in case of relevant change. To define clearly the syntax and semantics of information, so programs can decide whether they can process it, which module is required for processing. At present, 1M2M is the internal demonstration project used in Busan, Daegu, and Goyan, South Korea, to provide services such as transport, healthcare, and environment. The main characteristics of the smart city platform Fyvare is presented on the next slide. Fyvare is an open source platform that stands out for the standardization of smart city platforms in Europe, provides various components and supplies NGSI and context brokers. The next generation interface based on Open API. The Japanese Electric Corporation, NEC, which it used at present in the countries around the world, is also creating its own security platform using Fyvare open source. The general idea of the platform is data collection from various sensors installed throughout the city. These sensors should collect data such as temperature, humidity, and concentration of fine particles, PM2.5 and PM10. The obtained data provide easy-to-use information panel, their visualization by means of geographical map, table, and various diagrams. Selected data are combined with external data, for example, regional weather data, in order to create predictive model regarding solid particles concentration. Payvara platform is grouped into 7 main parts called command tools. You can see these parts on this slide. Each of them represents specific aspect of Payvara services and provides one or more components, along with reference implementations supporting the specified APIs. In addition, there are so-called domain-specific activators that provide components for certain domains, such as health, energy. The basic components of Payvara platform implementation include context broker. Orion is persistent data storage with REST API. In fact, it used MongoDB sample as its internal data storage and offers RESTful access to its route Open Mobile Alliance Service Interface (NGSI) protocol. Since NoSQL document storage is basic data storage, Orion doesn't use database schemas as well and makes it possible to create any type of object. Management of server devices.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but we are getting out of limits. So would you just maybe sum up or maybe specify some important points of your report?
Okay. Therefore, Payvara creates a new generation of intelligent applications using large-scale contextual information in real time. The efforts are focused on promoting compatibility and free flow of data within and between cities, cooperation between cities in order to adopt common standards, which can create the landscape of diverse but interacting smart city solutions. Next is Cisco Kinetic for Cities. The Cisco platform provides the opportunity to collect data from various types of devices and sensors in response to city requirements, to analyze cross-domains and APIs as open platforms, as well as to manage security keys. The platform includes API for such domains of urban services as outdoor lighting, parking, urban mobility, crowd, traffic, environment, security, waste management. Cisco Kinetic for Cities platform is delivered as the cloud service or local deployment model. The platform collects data from sensors using secure network connection, both wired and wireless, to transmit this data to the cloud. In general, this platform provides a convenient interface for the city operator, where he can see dashboard with up-to-date data and graphs, as well as adjust policies according to city requirements. Based on Cisco Kinetic for Cities platform, Cisco company also provides platforms and solutions for Busan Smart City and Songo Smart City in Korea. The next slide shows a comparative analysis of information technology platforms by SAATI method. In this paper, we have chosen the criteria, functions, tools, characteristics, implementation for comparative analysis. The carried out expert assessment based on these criteria makes it possible to build the hierarchy for choosing the best implementation of the smart city platform. The results of expert assessment of 10-point scale are represented on the next slide. Based on the results of expert assessment for the investigated smart city platforms, let us determine the best platform by means of SAATI method. We can see on this slide normalized matrix of pairwise comparisons of criteria with regard to the goal. Normalized matrices of pairwise comparisons of alternatives with regard to function criterion and tools criterion are presented on the current slide. As you can see, winner by functions criterion is one M2M platform, and the winner by the tools criterion is one M2M platform 2. This slide shows normalized matrices of pairwise comparisons of alternatives with regards to characteristics criterion and implementation criterion. The significance vector of global priorities of alternatives are represented on this slide. As conclusion of the investigation, we have got that one M2M platform is the winner with 53.2% advantage, with significantly weaker Cisco, 26.9%, and the Favara platform has the lowest mark, 19.9%. According to the results of the investigation, we can confirm that first, the platforms provide almost the same functionality, but such characteristics as the user interface, choice of the graph construction type, data filter for tabulation, speed of big data processing, especially in megacities, fault tolerance, availability of backup power supply in the city sensor system, and a number of other characteristics should be tested directly at the stage of smart elements implementation in the specific city. Second, at present, Ukraine has chosen the direction of digitalization, and smart elements are being actively implemented both at the city and state levels. Third, should be noted that at present, there are only platforms that manage a specific city. In order to solve these problems, each country should build standardized data formats rather than independent platforms. And due to this fact, it is necessary to focus on using data by data center platform, which connects platforms between cities and connect common data together, include infrastructure. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, Oleg. Well, any questions as to our reporter? No questions? Well, could you specify, are there any, but very briefly, okay? Are there any differences between smart city technology, for example, in Ukraine, and smart city technology, for example, in Europe or in America or some other region? Have you got any information about it, any data?
Yeah, smart city concept gaining its popularity in Ukraine due to a number of reasons. Qualified IT specialists that would like to change the country for the better, challenging urbanization problems, investigation of decentralization processes that provide cities with more power in decision-making, and desire of simple citizens to live in responsible. And this research allows us to understand what are the main characteristics of smart cities platforms that need to be implemented in Ukrainian cities, and how elements of the platforms under review can be used for this purpose.
Okay.
In this, there are many other smart city platforms in USA, Europe, implemented in the world, but their goal is to improve the standard of living in cities, their residents, and automate life to that city authorities can see the situation and fix problems. In Ukraine, smart city elements were developed, and this process is actively developed. There are some elements, but I don't see platform for Ukrainian smart cities. And other task for next research is developed Ukrainian platform for Ukrainian smart cities by some criteria. For example, it is possible to carry out conditional division of platforms according to the criteria, for example, for city area and population. And then there will no problems for new cities to implement them if they meet all the requirements of the city, citizens, and local authorities.
Right. Thank you very much for your answer. So any other questions? No. And now, that's great about the smart cities. We would like to live in them right now. Do we have anyone presenting the report, which is called Strategic Planning of Foreign Economic Activity, Applied Intelligence Systems in Public-Private Partnership?
Yes, it's me. It's Karyna here. So I shouldn't be the main speaker of this topic, but like the Mariana Tomic, for some reason. So I will,
Hello, Katya, thank you very much.
yeah, yeah.
I'm so sorry, with very problem by internet.
Okay, some technical problems. Yes,
sorry, 1 minute.
Okay.
I also can share the presentation.
It is possible. So let's take, well, like 1 minute break, like opening the presentation. And while you are doing so, I can say that also remind everyone that the reports are available at our YouTube channel. And thank you all for participation. And so we hope for other questions, and we can see the presentation. Yes. So, okay, so strategic planning of foreign economic activity, applied intelligence systems in public-private partnership.
Yes. 1 second. Oh, so sorry. One minute with problem. Yes. Abstract. The article offers effective strategic planning to determine the prospects and future overall state of implementation of public-private partnership (PPP) projects in foreign economic activity. It consists of some elements of game theory and stages related to A, designing a matrix model of cooperation among PPP actors in foreign economic activity, B, evaluating the probability of implementing the PP model in foreign economic activity, C, calculating the Harvey criterion, the reliability coefficient, D, selecting an optimal way of cooperation among PP actors in foreign economic activity based on corresponding criteria, E, summarizing game theory outcomes, its use in conjunction with applied intelligence system has ensured mutually beneficial cooperation in foreign economic activity on a long-term basis and attracted investments in the most promising infrastructure project in need of creation, restoration, modernization, reconstruction, and development in the amalgamated territorial community ATC of the video. Keywords are strategic planning, applied intelligence system, public-private partnership, foreign economic activity, and development. Next is the aim of the study, determination the prospects and future overall state of implementation of public-private partnership projects in foreign economic activity. And next, the designing a matrix model of cooperation among PP actors in foreign economic activity. And next are implementation of elements of game theory and determination of a number of coefficients for choosing the optimal model of interaction of PP subjects in foreign economic activity according to essential criteria. And last is practical approbation of game theory and selection of the optimal strategy on the basis of amalgamated territorial community ATC of the UAD. Section of the article are introduction, related work, method, result, and discussions, conclusions, and references. Introduction. Currently, the development of the world economy and international economic relations lies in the convergence of the economies of different countries, the modernization of production and technology, and the promotion of an information society. In turn, these processes accelerate the development of forms of international economic relation and foreign trade and strengthen globalization processes. In these conditions, however, one can observe the acceleration of economic and social problems, as well as a notable shift in priority from the development of economic system to the solution of these problems. Since the mechanism of public-private partnership, PP, has proven its efficiency in various forms of economic activity, one can use it to solve the above-mentioned different problems and create a strong foundation for cooperation between the state and business. Significant potential for its development lies in the foreign economic sphere, which requires timely attention to the issues of PP's strategic planning in foreign economic activity and the use of optimal model of cooperation in the form of PP in foreign economic activity. As is known, one can increase the efficiency of PP projects through intelligence system and technology, decision-making processes, and information management practices. Special emphasis should be placed on applied intelligence system. Next is the latent wax. Numerous researchers have explored the issue of strategic planning and assessment of public-private partnership. Bodnar and M. Filipova VD, Badnik VA, Mikhailov HV, Hroyniv LV, Loss of I, Baron P, Ricard JE, Dutch AE, Bernardo V, Salvador J, and also. They identify main vectors of PP efficiency and the method for its assessments and justify the principles and regularities of PP assessment in foreign economic activity. Next, about method by its problem of this article shows how one can use a theoretical games basis modeling and apply some elements of the playing with natural game described at 24 to assess PP in foreign economic activity. According to the rules of the game, its players do not oppose each other as one acts consensually and the other makes moves randomly without a clearly defined stage. At the same time, it was decided to use the game during decision-making regarding PP in foreign economic activity. And according to the commonly accepted PP classification, the following are presented as the elements of matrix model of cooperation among PP actors in foreign economic activity. A1, it's a cooperation between the state and business structure, the actors in the economic activity of Ukraine and the foreign actors in economic activity. A2, it's cooperation between the state and business structure, the actors in the economic activity of Ukraine with foreign states. And A3, it's cooperation between the state and business structure, the actors in the economic activity of Ukraine. It's possible to implement basis models of PP in foreign economic activity in each of the cooperation options, A1 to A3 elements of matrix model. S1 management agreement, S2 leasing, S3 concession, S4 agreement on the creation of reconstruction of objects, and S5 is sale of assets. Next is the net present value NPV has been selected as the resulting index designed to assess PEP in foreign economic activity following methods of analysis public-private partnership efficiency, approved by order of the Ministry of Economic Development and Trade of Ukraine, number 255 as of February 27, 2012. Table 1 matrix of cooperation among PP actors in foreign economic activity given in Table 1. After calculating the values of the matrix indexes, the following is in order. The procedure below can be used to assess PP models in foreign economic activity depending on the nature of cooperation among PPP actors. And assessing the probability of implementing the PP models in foreign economic activity. Next, it's calculating the Horvik priority, the reliability coefficient, and the Bayesian information priority, the Laplace priority, the Waltz maximized priority, and the Savage minimax regret priority. And last, we summarizing the result of the game series, selecting the stages of cooperation among PPP actors in foreign economic activity and making managerial decisions. It's possible to simplify most stages of the recommended sequence by using appropriate online algorithm and software products. During its practical validation, the authors of this article realize and automated calculations performed with Microsoft Excel. A ready software solution for solving game theory problems is studies planning of PP in foreign economic activity still has not been found. And next, it's result and discussion. 1 minute. 1 second, sorry. This article follows the recommended order to assess the prospects of cooperation among PPP actors in foreign economic activity as part of implementation of public-private partnership, a project on capital repair of routes of heroic who passed it from secondary school of level 1 to 2 to the church in Hordoslavity village of Lviv district in Lviv Oblast, involving the video village Council of Lviv district in Lviv Oblast and Onur Construction International LLC under the agreement number T18 to 21 as of November 30, 2021. It was decided to organize an expert group for the amalgamate territorial community ATC of Davydiv and Onur Construction International LLC to create a matrix of cooperation among PPP actors in foreign economic activity and assess information's relatability. This group includes employees of economic and legal department of ATC Davydiv and SOS and of Honor Construction International LLC. As a result of the work of the expert group, we will receive the following matrices and the following calculations, namely table 2, sorry, it's problem by internet. Table 2, it's a matrix of cooperation among PPP actors in foreign economic activity as part of the PP project on capital repair of routes of heroic who passed street from secondary school of level 1 to 2 to the church in Hordoslavity village. One can choose an optimal strategy of cooperation among PPP actors in foreign economic activity by calculating the above mentioned criteria. And see table 3. It's a result of calculation by the criteria. And note an optimal value of width in marks in bold. Next is table 4. to calculate the SMRC criteria, it was necessary to create a risk matrix for the PP project on capital repair or route on Heroi Upa Street in Hordoslavlchi village. It's table 4. It's a risk matrix for PPP projects. And after that, given the obtained result, an optimal strategy for the project in questions is A2. It involves cooperation between the state and the business structure, the actors in the economic activity of Ukraine with foreign states. And after that, its conclusion, the article explores applied intelligence system and analyzes the ways of using them in the implementation of PPP projects in foreign economic activity to make justified decisions concerning PP in foreign economic activity. It was decided to use some elements of game theory, the playing with natural game, and follow a relevant procedure of economic assessment based on automated calculating with Microsoft Excel. Importantly, this procedure can be improved using online algorithm. The recommended method should be used to strategize PPs in foreign economic activity regarding a reconstruction project of infrastructural facilities in the post-war period in Ukraine with the aim of increasing the effectiveness, the quickly solving socioeconomic problems. At the same time, potential source of financing PP projects in foreign economic activity in the post-war period should be taken into account, which should be used to rebuild critical infrastructure of maximize the benefit of the interested parts. And last, it's reference. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for your report.
Add a couple of words as an author. So first of all, I want to thank you for accepting our articles, because like we are not the specialists in computer science, so we are economists, but in modern science, just economics can exist without applied intelligence system. And as shows our articles, it's a big potential like to use it also in public-private partnership. And also, in my opinion, our topic is very relevant, because now we are fighting with some because you know that we are now in the fight, and you know how many infrastructure objects are already destroyed, and we would need a lot of money like to rebuild it. We would need a lot of money to resist the danger that we have, and here's the one way. Of course, like we don't have enough money like to do it, and we would need a lot of investment in the future. And this is the one way how to involve some international organization and some other countries in the process of rebuilding of Ukraine. And so we propose some methods, and of course the biggest part of these methods are applied intelligence system. It was my point. Thank you.
Right, thank you very much. So maybe any questions according to using applied intelligence systems in strategic planning, in economic activity? So, any questions? No? Well, we haven't got a lot of economists here, but let me ask you a question. We have heard the opinion of a financial specialist today, of a social specialist, if we can say, in sociology, specialist of sociology. And so the economical sphere, what about the crisis? Not, so to say, not to talking about one event, but speaking about the crisis of modern times, well, we faced the COVID, we faced the war, we faced a lot of different, and the earthquakes and so on and so forth. What about the economical models? Can we find any examples, anything useful in our history, so to say? Or do we have to implement to develop some new methods, and why?
Methods to resist the influence of crisis.
Yes.
Well, that's not the simple question, because we all know that economic have some cycles, and there is cycle when the world economy is growing up, and where's the cycle when we fall down. So now we can see that we are in the crisis, and of course the experience from past, it's necessary to use it, like to come to the next stage of growing of the economy, right? But also we need to look in the modern condition, and to use the modern methods. Like it can include the digitalization of the economy. It can we can use some modern business models, like for example the circular economic models, and so, like as an example, I cannot give you now some special method that can help us. So I think that it could be few,
general
many.
overview. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes.
But our research was related with strategy of public-private partnership.
Yes.
There's one way to help to resist the crisis.
Okay. Yes. Thank you very much. Thank you. And well, let's hope for the best, that our economy will stand strong and we will bear it and everything will be fine. Now, this fourth, I don't know which one part is over for now, and we have like 10 minutes break. Let's grab some coffee and come back at 4 o'clock, like in Kiev, and at 3 o'clock in Europe, for our final leap for today. So see you all in 10 minutes.